Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, announced the past week that there were indictments, he unsealed indictments for a couple of individuals that were part of RT Media, Russia Today, and that they were part of a much larger plan stemming from the Kremlin to create a massive disinformation campaign.
In the wake of Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine, RT's editor-in-chief said the company had built, quote, an entire empire of covert projects designed to shape public opinion in Western audiences. We allege that as part of that effort, RT and its employees, including the defendants, implemented a nearly $10 million scheme to fund and direct a Tennessee-based company to publish and disseminate content deemed favorable to the Russian government. To implement this scheme, the defendants directed the company to contract with U.S.-based social media influencers to share this content on their platforms. The subject matter and content of many of the videos published by the company were often consistent with Russia's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken U.S. opposition to core Russian interests, particularly its ongoing war in Ukraine. The company never disclosed to the influencers or to their millions of followers its ties to RT and the Russian government. Instead, the defendants and the company claimed that the company was sponsored by a private investor, but that private investor was a fictitious persona. The charges unsealed this morning do not represent the end of the investigation. It remains active and ongoing.
Russia made fake news sites, and we know we hear news, but it looks like the Washington Post. It looks like Fox News. Same graphics, same layout, completely made up stories, and it won't be .com, it'll be .xex or some other thing. To direct people to those sites, they had a shell company that was sponsoring influencers in America, hundreds of them, up to 600 of them. The company was called Tenet Media, and it went out of business the next day. It folded operations, and money was going indirectly. It went through a business in Canada, and then it was going through a donor that was supposedly supporting Tenet Media, who turned out to be a fictitious personality altogether.